Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Amethyst Room Witch, and today I'm going to be giving you some ideas on food spells, which essentially is just recipes, and the associations of different dishes that you could prepare and serve your family and friends and promote within your lives. Something that I really enjoy making is a cheeseburger pasta bake, which is, it's literally just that. It's 5 ingredients. I've added extra things into it just because I fancied it, but it's predominantly 5 ingredients. Pasta, which is associated with creativity. We've got beef, minced or ground beef, which is associated with emotional expression and passion. Cheese, of course, which is associated with success, happiness, and transformation. Tomatoes, associated with love and romance. And then onions, which are associated with protection, fertility, passion, cleansing, endurance, prosperity, healing, and stability. So out of all of those associations, you could pick the mix that you want to promote when serving that pasta bake. The recipe I typically use is chop the onions, fry the onions off, brown them, saute them, let them soften, and then add in your beef. Let that brown, let that cook, and then I think cook your pasta. While the onions and beef are cooking, cook your pasta. Once the beef is fairly done, you can either mix in a tin of chopped tomatoes. You could use whole, fresh tomatoes and slice them. I'm not a fan of whole sliced tomatoes. I'd rather just use chopped. That's my personal preference. You can use whatever you feel is right for you, what you prefer. And all it is layering in a pan pasta, mince, tomatoes, cheese, and that's done twice. Although I think, if I remember, dredge my memory, pasta actually gets mixed in with the beef after the beef has been cooked, after it's all been cooked. So once the pasta's cooked and drained and the beef's nice and brown and mixed in with the onions, then you combine the pasta and the beef, and then that gets layered with the tomatoes and cheese. And it's really nice. I really enjoy it. I like adding extra vegetables in because I love my vegetables. So that's also an option. I also love pasta bakes. It's that time of year in the UK, in October, November time, where I will have a lot of pasta bakes. Pasta heavy dishes are my thing. I love them at this time of year. It's part of my comfort thing. So another recipe is cheesy tuna pasta bake. So again, you've got your pasta, which is your creativity. There's leek, which is associated with protection and love. Spinach, which is associated with love, prosperity, fertility, wealth, strength, endurance, cleansing, and passion. Sweet corn, which is associated with abundance, luck, prosperity, fertility, and protection. Tuna which is associated with fertility, love, passion, and strength, and cheese, which is associated with success, happiness, and transformation. Now, there is an addition of, I've written down soya yogurt, but if you're using normal yogurt, then there could be different associations. But if you're lactose intolerant, you have to use an alternative. I prefer a soya yogurt, which would be associated with creativity, fertility, passion, prosperity, and luck. So out of all of that, I could use this cheesy tuna pasta bake to promote an abundance of creativity, or even just prosperous creative ideas that I'm passionate about. And because it's, that colder time of year here in the Northern Hemisphere, there's a soup. I had to include a soup. But of course, every recipe you find, you're going to have different associations for different foods. And it's picking which one you want to work with in that recipe to then intentionally thinking of that when you add it in. Apologies for that sudden glare. I am so sorry. But the soup is a butternut squash soup. I thought I'd go somewhere completely different. So onion, we've covered with protection, fertility, passion, cleansing, endurance, prosperity, healing, and stability. Butternut squash, which is associated with fertility, abundance, vitality, and creativity. Garlic, associated with passion, protection, cleansing, luck, and banishment. And then you've got vegetable stock, which is associated with grounding, health, and abundance. So out of all of that, you could associate a butternut squash soup with an abundance of passion. So you could make it as a starter for a homemade 3-course meal if you wanted to treat your partner or date to a really nice homemade meal. You could do it for protection surrounding abundance. It's the combination of what you associate that soup with is up to you. The intention behind the soup is up to you. There's nothing stopping you from going completely outside of what I've given and finding your own thing that fits for you. That's okay. These are just ideas, and I hope they've given you inspiration and shown that you can genuinely use anything when it comes to spells. You can use food with spells. So again, I hope you've been inspired. I hope this has shown that it's actually a lot easier to practice witchcraft than people think. And I hope I'll see you soon. Stay safe, everyone, and blessings to you all.